Good morning, everybody. I just got finished teaching in Mrs. Cook's third grade classroom in our parochial school here at Trinity Lutheran Church and School. I asked the kids a question. I said, what's your favorite season? And I mentioned summer and tons of hands went up. And I mentioned the fall of the year and half the hands went up. And I mentioned winter and tons of hands went up. I hate the cold, but they don't. They love the snow and they love snowball fights and everything else that winter brings. I mentioned the spring. The different seasons of the year, we're just finishing up with summer, and there's something so intensely busy about summer. There's never a day that there is not something planned. We take our trips, we go on our vacations, we go to the swimming pool, and we go fishing, and we just do hundreds of things during the summer. It's the fall of the year, happens to be my favorite time. It's like we slow down during the fall of the year, and it's a fresh, clean start. The kids head back to school, and we head back to our jobs, and they're not going to be interrupted by vacations and trips and things like that. Fresh, clean starts, I always think, when September comes. There's a young man in our congregation. He was heavily bearded during the spring and summer. In fact, he's standing behind the camera and he's smiling. He shaved off the whiskers, okay? I won't tell him. He looks about 10 years younger when he shaves off the whiskers, but he shaved off the whiskers. I said, Drew, how come you're shaving off the whiskers? He said, the baby's coming, and I want the baby to see her dad fresh and clean. And I want that baby to be able to stroke my face and not feel my whiskers, but feel smooth, clean skin. And that's a good reason for shaving, because the baby is coming. Every single morning that we wake up, we ask God to be with us. We ask Him to forgive sins, to show us His grace, His mercy, and His peace. Every morning we wake up, Psalm 118:24. This is a day that God has made. I'll rejoice that His presence is with me. If the day is a good one, I know that God has brought the blessing. If it's a difficult one, I know that God walks hand in hand with me, whatever valley I'm going through. Every morning, a fresh, clean start. This is a day that God has made. My sins are washed away. I enter these moments with God Himself. And Jesus says to us in Matthew 6, He said, don't worry about tomorrow. Just live today and live it walking hand in hand with me. How's that for a fresh, clean start? Every single day that we wake up, knowing that God's presence is there, that He is in the boat with us, that He is walking hand in hand with His children. May God's peace be yours as you start this day fresh and clean and forgiven and surrounded by the grace and the presence of Jesus Christ Himself. In His name, amen. There you go, dude.
Daddy. Daddy wants to play peekaboo with you.
Peekaboo! Hi, Evie. Hi. Hi. What happened? How was your nap? You want to give me a kiss? How's that? Give me a kiss. Mwah.